The twins too. That's why that guitar has me, you know.
All right, let me talk a little more about your 60 album.
At 80 years old, Loretta Lynn finally revealed the truth about Johnny Cash. And the story she told was nothing short of shocking. It didn't happen on stage. It didn't happen during a concert or award show. It happened in a quiet recording studio. Loretta wasn't looking for attention when it happened. She wasn't expecting anything unusual. But what she saw that day changed everything. Some people didn't believe her. Some thought she was just tired or emotional. But Loretta was certain about what she had seen. She held on to that story for years, waiting until the time felt right to speak. And when she did, the truth stopped everyone in their tracks. Loretta Lynn's journey began far from the spotlight. She was born in Butcher Hollow, a poor mining town tucked deep in the hills of Kentucky. Life there was not easy. Her family lived in a one-room cabin owned by the coal company, and they had almost nothing. She was the second of 8 children. As a little girl, Loretta slept on cold wooden floors, wrapped in thin blankets beside her brothers and sisters. Winters were long and freezing, and the family often went hungry. Everything around them was owned by the coal company, even the money they used. It was a hard, unforgiving world, and from that world, Loretta grew strong. She faced more than just poverty. As a child, Loretta got a dangerous ear infection. There were no fancy hospitals or doctors. The treatment was brutal. Doctors had to drill holes into her head to save her hearing. It was a painful and terrifying experience. Her mother couldn't afford to stay with her, so she walked 10 miles every day to be by her side. Later, a severe leg infection nearly killed her. These early moments shaped who Loretta would become. They taught her to be tough, to fight, to never give up. Even in those dark times, Loretta found something beautiful: music. She didn't have instruments or lessons, but she had her voice. She started by singing lullabies to her younger siblings on the creaky porch. Her voice was strong and pure. It floated through the hills, stopping neighbors in their tracks. They would pause their work just to listen. Those early moments of encouragement helped Loretta believe in herself. Music became more than a comfort. It became her way out. But before she could chase her dreams, life pulled her in another direction. At just 15 years old, Loretta married Oliver Doolittle Lynn. She often said she was 13, but later documents prove she was slightly older. Still, she was just a teenager, too young to know what lay ahead. Her parents didn't approve of the marriage. Her mother refused to attend the wedding or sign any papers. Her father kept his distance. Right from the start, there was tension. The marriage turned violent quickly. On their wedding night, Doolittle hit her. It was the first of many times. He drank heavily, disappeared for days, and cheated often. But Loretta didn't keep silent. She refused to be a victim. In interviews, she once said, "If he hits me, I'll hit him back." That strength became part of her image, and it found its way into her songs. Tracks like Fist City and Don't Come Home A Drinkin' weren't made-up stories. They were her life. Oddly enough, Doolittle also helped her career take off. He noticed her talent and wanted her to sing. He bought her a $17 guitar and pushed her to perform. He drove her to radio stations, booked her early shows, and believed she had something special. What started as his project became her passion. As time went on, Loretta took full control, but she never forgot that he helped her begin. Motherhood came fast. By 22, Loretta had 4 children. With Doolittle often gone, she raised them mostly on her own. She cooked, cleaned, and washed diapers by hand. They had very little money. At one point, she and her kids survived on dandelions for nearly 2 weeks. Loretta's health suffered. She had multiple miscarriages, got blood poisoning, and nearly died after giving birth alone in a hospital while her husband was away logging in the woods. Even when she became famous, the pain of being away from her children haunted her. Her daughter, Betty Sue, once said that watching her mother leave for tours was heartbreaking. Loretta admitted that missing her children was the worst part of her fame. That ache filled her music with raw emotion. Songs like The Pill shocked people because they were honest. The song was banned by over 60 radio stations, but women across the country understood exactly what Loretta was singing about. Her music always told the truth. Don't Come Home A Drinkin' wasn't just a catchy song. It was a personal message to her husband. Fist City was a warning to a woman who flirted with him. Loretta didn't hide behind sweet melodies. She told her truth, loud and clear. And because of that, women everywhere felt seen. Then tragedy hit. In 1984, Loretta's son Jack died in a terrible accident. He was only 34. He had gone horseback riding near their ranch and tried to cross the Duck River. Something went wrong. His horse made it to the other side, but Jack didn't. He hit his head on a rock and drowned. Loretta wasn't home. She was in the hospital in Illinois recovering from exhaustion. Doolittle had to break the news. Loretta collapsed and was hospitalized again. Jack was special to her, not because she loved him more, but because they had a strong bond. He had a wild side, just like his father. But he had recently changed, settling down and focusing on his family. Loretta was proud of him. His death crushed. She couldn't write a song directly about Jack. The pain was too deep. But her later music carried a sorrowful tone. She never stopped missing him. Interviews would often turn back to Jack. She spoke of the guilt, the silence, the memories. Her ranch, once filled with joy, now held the weight of loss. Yet, she kept going. She used music as her outlet. That strength inspired everyone around her. But then came a moment that Loretta would never forget. In 2016, she went to Johnny Cash's cabin studio to record an album. She was singing one of his songs when she suddenly stopped. She told the others she had just seen a man walk through the door. He wore a gray suit. He looked exactly like Johnny Cash. No one else saw him. But Loretta was sure. She didn't say it was a ghost. She said it was real. The studio had been built by Johnny himself in 1978. Loretta had a deep connection with the Cash family. She worked with John Carter Cash, Johnny's son, who produced her later albums. Seeing Johnny that day felt like a sign, not something to fear, something to remember. Loretta believed in the unexplained. Her home was said to be haunted. She told stories of shadowy figures and strange sounds. She wrote songs about ghosts. For her, these things were part of life. Whether people believed her didn't matter. She believed in what she saw and felt. Her story about Johnny Cash became part of her legend. During the Grand Ole Opry's 100th anniversary in 2025, people remembered that moment. It wasn't about fear, it was about connection. Music, memory, and mystery all in one place. Even in her later years, Loretta kept pushing forward. In 2004, she shocked everyone by working with Jack White from the White Stripes. Together they made Van Leer Rose, an album full of raw emotion and truth. It won 2 Grammy Awards. It introduced Loretta to a whole new generation. In 2021, she released Still Woman Enough, her 46th studio album. It was a bold celebration of womanhood. She worked with Reba McEntire, Carrie Underwood, Tanya Tucker, and more. The album connected past and present. Loretta showed the world she was still a force in country music. Her final years were hard. She had a stroke in 2017, then broke her hip in 2018, but she didn't stop. She kept writing, kept singing, and kept sharing her story. She used social media to connect with fans and stayed involved in every project. Her spirit never faded. Loretta Lynn passed away peacefully in her sleep on October 4th, 2022, at her beloved ranch in Hurricane Mills. She was 90. Her family asked for privacy and shared their grief with the world. She was buried near Doolittle and 2 of their children. It was a fitting end. The same land that raised her was where she found her final rest. In 2025, the Grand Ole Opry honored Loretta as part of its 100th anniversary celebration. Her sister Crystal Gale, her granddaughter Emmy Russell, and Conway Twitty's grandson performed. Reba McEntire delivered a haunting tribute. The night wasn't just a concert, it was a reminder of what Loretta gave the world. She didn't just make music, she gave people strength. She gave them the truth. She gave them a voice.